représente Allah. Allah, en anglais, ça signifie arm, leg, arm, hair.
So in order to be able to hear the hour overtime, if we go that far, you need to call in. So the call-in and listening number is 917-889-2670. There's 5 minutes left before you can call in to hear the overtime and participate if you want to. So area code 832, I'm going to put you on the air in about 2 seconds. Greetings, you're on the air.
Greetings, everybody.
Greetings. What's your name, brother?
My appellation is Noble Yasa.
Noble Yasa. Feel free to speak, brother.
Yeah, I was wanted to interject and just put my little input on what y'all have, the conversation y'all have going on right now with the women and the men. And from my observation, it's just the whole fact of the fact was, one is slavery, two is the fact of protection and safety. I mean, a lot of women want protection and safety, and us as undeclared folk, I don't really like using the word term black, because it does have a legal definition. And since we've been black, nothing but bad stuff has happened to us, and it seems like the women are just tired. Not only tired, but confused. This is like you were saying. It's just a whole bunch of mixed emotions. And rather than face up and fix the issues, we just, act like it's not there. We lost our hold on even the market of trade. We don't even have a trade. I mean, we spend the most money, but we don't make. We spend the most money, but we don't acquire the most money. Most of our money is getting spent. So it's like we lost a lot of stuff during the slavery times, and we never had the time to recover. So since we haven't recovered, everything's been disarray. But, that's no excuse. We should see what everybody else is doing and gird up. But nobody wants to pick one, let's say, we could say nationality. We could just start with nationality. Nobody wants to pick a nationality and run with it. Or if you have different nationalities, collectively agree on something amongst ourselves and start conducting business ourselves. It just seems like you'd rather argue all day and all night about the same thing and nothing at the same time.
I mean, obviously, because your name is Noble, and you say you don't like to use the term black, so I presume that you are a Moor, right?
Yes. And
also because you talk about nationality, but what is your nationality?
I would say I'm on Amexem National. I'm with an organic government that I chose through that have been functioning at this time. So we as a collective.
All right. It sounds like you're breaking up. We cannot hear you right now. We're just hearing some background noise.
Oh, that was my TV.
I don't know if maybe you can try to, if you can hear.
Can you hear me now? That was my TV. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear now?
I can hear you, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't hear Shaka, though.
Yeah, I don't hear him myself.
I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, I can hear you, though. I mean, since I'm on the phone, I mean, me personally, bro, I don't know too much about the Moors. I hear you guys refer to nationality all the time. I mean, I'm not, but since, you seem reasonable, what exactly, when you say your nationality, what exactly? Hello?
Say that again? Yeah,
when you say nationality, what exactly are you referring to?
All right, well, amongst yourself, say, let's say Africa, you wouldn't have to have a nationality if you were amongst yourself, because we go by tribes. But because we're doing business with other folks, you have to designate who you are and what you claim and how to conduct your business, how you do business. There's a order that things are supposed to go.
Hello,
and you're supposed to have like a. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. You're back.
Came back. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
Something to
yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't know if you guys realized, but I got cut off, so I had to call
Yeah.
again. But yeah, keep going with your conversation. So I'm just listening.
All right. Well, we're talking about nationality, and a lot of folks are getting a lot of things misconstrued about nationality, including the Moor Shrine Temple and all these other folks, because if you look at the inception of them, they're a corporation. And we, since the time of memorial, always had nations, maybe different tribes. But within ourselves, we had different tribes. But out to the outside world, to them looking in, we wouldn't be any different. We would be the same. But within ourselves, we were different tribes. So just for conducting business, you have to establish certain qualities of your nationhood. As far as like a flag, a seal, ties to a land, you have to have a sovereign crown, a sovereign head, a king, queen. You know, just like we did in the old time. So that's how everything started.
Can I ask you a question, brother? I mean, this is me, not trying to be smart or anything. I'm just trying to learn. Okay. So, because I took a political science course before, a few actually. So when you say you refer to a nation, and if you were going to refer to, if you're building a nation, what land are you referring to? Where's your land?
All right. The rules, the international rule for land ownership.
Okay.
Right. There's a rule that goes. It's like a common law. It's a rule that goes amongst the whole world. Is wherever the oldest archaeological bones are found, that is the owner of the land. It might be occupied by somebody or another nation that came in and took over. They're just having it for the time being. But under international law, whoever has the oldest bones are the first and true and only owner. And they can come forth and make claims and do other things like that. But for the right now, you don't actually have to have land to be a nation. You only just have to have ties to it. Factual ties to the land. That's why a lot of these other fake nations, as far as like Europeans and the Jewish, they want to create a book and have ties to it by saying God told them that's their land. Because they know that that's how you acquire land. But their bones don't go that far, so they can only use that book. They can't use archaeological evidence.
But brother, like these books, like they are written way before those laws were in effect. Because my thing is that, you know, I don't know if you're familiar, but I've had a lot of conversation with Moors, and I disagree with a lot of things that they say and claim. Like, you know, and one question that I've been asking many times, like for example, I don't know, do you have a passport?
Yes, well, me personally, we don't have passports. We don't need passports. But for let's say it like this, I don't have a passport because under the laws of the United States, Moors, we have inside the inception of the United States, Moors cannot be citizens. So we can't acquire a passport through them by law, by their law. Not only the Dred Scott law, but also the Amistad law the Amistad case and the Sundry Free Moors Act. It's proven that Moors cannot be citizens, but they are treated as citizens, as if they were citizens, but they cannot be citizens. So that would entail that folks would need to create their own nation for their own nation to have passports. Now, I do have a passport for my nation that we can use, but because we are in small numbers and it wouldn't be suffice for us to do so, we usually we have things called buffers, and we use these buffers to facilitate our business, like trusts and all these other things to facilitate our business. So we ourselves don't have it, but we do have what means of travel.
Okay, so I'm a bit confused. Do you have a passport or not?
No, I do not have a passport.
Because I thought you said you have one yourself.
Well, see, there's a misconception of understanding with the passport because, again, the United States is a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Natural persons are different from artificial persons.
Mm-hmm.
That's in their system. So the name that the name that I do use as far as doing business in the United States corporation jurisdiction, that inception does have a passport. But there's another part of it which is a natural person. And that's where the confusion comes with people ask, do you have passports or do you not have a passport? Because, again, the United States is not a corporation. If you have a passport, and any nation or corporation that's under the IMF are not really nations. They're just businesses.
So can you travel
a little bit? Go ahead.
Yeah, can you travel abroad, take the plane, and go to a country in Asia, for example?
Yes, I can.
Without a passport?
Yes.
So what do you use then when you travel? Or what would you use?
What would I use?
Yes.
I would use, like, again, we use trust and LLCs and other buffers and that sort of a nature, and we create buffers and use those buffers as means of conveyances to travel.
Okay. Ever since you had this Amexem nationality, have you ever traveled abroad?
Yes.
So, and what did you use when you went abroad?
I used as a corporate legal fiction. I used that as my conveyance to travel.
So you took a plane, right? And you just showed that document, and they let you travel.
Yes.
So you are you a citizen of the Amexem nation?
We don't have citizens. We have nationals, and yes, I'm a national.
And okay, and so there's a nation called Amexem.
Amexem Moor Empire, yes.
I never knew there was a nation called Amexem Moor Empire. I'm very confused. I'm very surprised. Like,
hey, can I interject, Shaka?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I have your Facebook. If you would like some more information, I could forward some things to you so you can read. We have a lot of information for you to read in our records and our annals of our inception and how we became what we became and how we proceed and our protocols and procedures and such and things like that.
So let me see if I understand what you're saying correctly. Let me make sure I got everything correctly. So you're saying that you've traveled outside of the United States with the document that you've given that to a foreign nation and they allowed you into their country. Is that what you're saying?
Let's say like this. No, see, a lot of folks this is the issue with our kinfolks today is because they don't understand how the inception of the United States became one. And because they don't understand how that became, they don't understand how the processes and procedures and protocols, how the United States corporation works. It's a corporation, and corporations are different from natural persons. That's where a lot of folks don't see eye to eye. Now, when I say that I'm traveling abroad, I say that I am using a buffer, which is what we call to shield ourselves or natural persons from any encumbrances. But we do use the United States corporation's papers and all their stuff to travel. But we do not encumber ourselves while using it. Just like somebody will buy a home, but they'll put their home in a trust, and their trust would have a beneficiary, a trustee, and all these sorts, right? And they would come, whoever's living in it might not own it, but is using it. for the time being.
No, that's fine. I understand that. I understand exactly what a corporation is, and I'm a businessman. That's fine. I understand that. I'm just saying that you're the only person I know. I've heard this, that I'm aware of, that in this day and age can travel outside the United States without, you're saying you don't have a U.S. passport, correct? You have another document which they allow you to use.
Yes.
For me, personally, you'd have to show and prove that, brother. You'd have to show and prove that. This is not something I could not believe. Just for me personally.
I understand.
You would have to show and prove that for me to believe it, because that's unknown.
I'll be able to do so. It's no problem. I mean, like I said, I've been, like you were talking about, polite and his stuff. I even paid to be a part of that, and it didn't really work out. So I was looking for another option, and I found one that has proper procedure protocols. I mean, they train you in linguistics and all these other sorts of things. That way you can operate within the system just like a lot of the other folks that come abroad do. You know, when folks come...
The thing is, I'm sorry, go ahead and say. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
The thing is, when other folks come from other nations, because when others come from abroad, they have passports.
Right, from their country.
The nation reflects the land. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, the nation is not the land.
What I say is this. When you travel from outside the United States and you have a passport, the passport is a reflection of where you're from in the world, essentially. That's what it reflects, where you're from, where is the land base. So you keep saying land, and I'm sorry if I cut you off, brother, but you keep saying land. But okay, I'm trying to make it as basic as possible, because I understand what you're saying. Don't think I don't understand what you're saying. If I'm traveling from France, which is in Europe, I'm going to come to the United States with a French passport. That French passport is a reflection that I am a citizen or a resident of France. If I come from Guadeloupe, which is a French territory, that's in the Caribbean, I think they also have French passports. I'm not sure. That's the Shaka. Guadeloupe, Martinique, French Guyana, these are all French territories. Long story short, wherever your passport, whatever passport you have, it's in reference to a land mass somewhere. Now, you're saying that you're able to travel abroad with a document.
I'll go as far as to say it's a U.S. document. Yes.
It's a U.S. document.
Yes.
You have to show and prove that, brother. I can't.
See, the issue that you're having is you're saying, all right, I'll put it to like this. I'm gonna put it to you like this. This is the best way that I can say it. Right. Where is all right? You're from the States, correct?
Yeah. Let's call it that. I'm from Jamaica, but I've been living in the States.
All right. When somebody says the state of California or whatnot, did you know that the state of California is on a piece of paper? It's a DBA, to do business.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right. So it's not really a piece of land.
No. See, that is not correct. That is not. California is a state within the United States.
Let me ask you a question. Can foreigners own foreign land?
Can foreigners own foreign land?
Right. Can you go to China and own a piece of China?
It depends. I'm not sure what China's laws are. It depends. I'm not sure. We'll put it this way. You as an USDR, I'm assuming that, you're born here in the United States, correct?
I was born on this land, yes, but it's not the United States. The United States wasn't, the land wasn't.
Just for argument's sake.
Right.
Just for argument's sake. I'm not going to go into the semantics right now. Let's say you were born here in what we call a U.S. territory right now. You could, if you wanted to, go to Jamaica, where I was born, and if you have the money, buy a piece of that. Very simple. As far as China, I don't know what the requirements are. Every nation state has a different requirement, so I don't know.
Right.
But what you're telling me, essentially what you're saying is, you have a nation within a nation.
No. It's not a nation within a nation. You can't have a nation within a nation. You can only have like districts within a nation, or counties or settlements.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this question then: is your district recognized by the United States?
A United States is a corp. See, and that's another misconception. When I can give you some law documentation as far as contracts between the United States and other folks as far as Moors that let them know that the United States. We deal with specifically okay. Tell you what. Because hold on, wait. Because you're mixing different things within each other to try to prove a point, and it's kind of they're not really compatible. They're not really compatible. So if you would like to, I can read to you. If I can read to you Naturalization Act. Do you mind if I take the time and read the Nationalization Act so you can understand what I mean?
Go ahead.
And this is from the United States Corporation. Give me 1 second. And it's called I guess it's called the Free White Persons. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I've heard of the term.
All right. So it says free white persons referred to a Naturalization Act as amended by Act July 14, 1870. This means naturally given to it when first used, meaning all persons belonging to the European race, commonly counted as white and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries which have emerged. Now, it's going to give you a list of folks who are considered white and who aren't considered white. And then at the end of that, it's going to tell you, it's going to give you a line. So it's going to go into a lot of stuff. It says includes all European Jews, more or less intermixed, people Celtic, Scandinavian, Tunis. It goes on and on. It says Moorish inhabitants of Spain, Portugal, mixed Greeks, Latin, Phoenicians, North African inhabitants of Sicily, and mixed and Slav and Tartar inhabitants of South Russia. It does not mean Caucasian race or Aryan race or Indo-European race. And at the end of it, it says these descendants will not be entitled to become naturalized citizens of the United States as being free white persons. So you can, like I said, when you classify yourself in a certain manner, you're not able to become a citizen, but you do have the luxury of doing things as a citizen. But you're not a citizen, so you're able to use devices and conveyances to conduct business within it, not actually being part of it, but within it.
Okay.
So when folks ask about, do you have a passport or whatnot, yes, you can have a passport. It's not going to be, it's going to be created. It could be created for you, or you can create one.
So with the passport that you have, or the document that you have, you can use this document, and you are able to travel outside of this country.
Yes.
All right.
But that document you say is called a buffer.
We identify that as a buffer, yes.
But what's the proper term for it? What's the legal term for it?
Oh, it's called a buffer. The legal term is a buffer.
I never heard of that in my life. Buffer for travel. But you know that guy Tyrese Washington. Do you know that guy?
It's not a guy, but yeah.
I mean that person.
It's just a way. It's a group of folks that use that. And yes, yes, I do. I do know them. I am part of the nation.
All right. So this nation, do you have land?
Do we have land? Yes, we do have some land.
But not like some land.
In Misnomer, Philly.
No, I don't mean the land like that. For example, you will own because you purchased it or inherited it, but a land that for your nation, like because you're a nation. So do you have a land for your nation?
Yes, we do have domiciles in different areas of the world.
Okay.
Like
now,
we're also in across the seas also.
Okay. Now, can the police come and arrest you if you for whatever reason? The United States police. So the U.S. police cannot come and arrest you if they suspect you of anything. They cannot have you under arrest.
No, they cannot, because they can only deal with artificial persons, and I'm not an artificial person. I'm a natural person. Plus, I'm not a citizen, so I'm not bound to any rules nor any contracts that I have with them.
So let's say. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Just one question. What's your name again, brother?
I have Appellation. Appellation is Noble Yaka.
Could you give me just a Shaka can get back to asking you a question. What's the name of your organization? I mean, your group or
it's not an organization nor a group. It's an organic government. It's called the Amexem Moor Empire. The Amexem Moor Empire. The Amexem.
Okay.
Moor.
The Amexem Empire.
Moor Empire.
Do you have like a website?
No, we don't have a website. We have a lot of stuff on Facebook and on YouTube. We have a lot of videos of our emperor doing, asking basic questions, just like the questions that you're asking. A lot of other folks answer that, and they do it for the public. And we also have a phone line that you can call on Tuesdays. On Thursdays.
What I'm going to do, brother. What I'm going to do, brother, is based on what you're telling me. You said that you have a document or some piece of paper that allows you to travel outside of the United States. So what I'll do is I'll call the State Department and ask them, because the State Department, if they allow you to travel, they must have some record of who you are. Correct?
No, they don't. They have a record of the corporate fiction, but they don't have a record of me as me and my appellation with my nation. They don't have to know about me and my nation because they're a corporation.
No, not you personally. Now we're not talking about you personally. What I'm saying is this: I'm gonna call the State Department, and they must have some record of who this group is, or this legal fiction, or whatever term you used to call yourself, or who you are, in order for you to travel and let you back in the country. I'm sure of that.
Well, the question you're asking is, I mean, we're not part of them, so I don't know what they're going to give you, what kind of answer they're going to give you. I mean, the U.S. is a corporation, so if you want to find information about who the organic nation is, organic and inorganic are two opposite poles.
Let me rephrase my question.
But like I said, if you want a true answer, you can get online on Thursdays and ask questions.
What I'm saying is this, brother. It's almost as if like I'm trying to seek reference of who you say you are. Now, what I'm saying is this: I want someone independent of you, on your organization, to back up what you're saying. You, in essence, as an educated person, your organization cannot be the only person who knows who you are if you're allowed to come in and out of the country. That's what I'm saying. In terms of the U.S. government, put it that way, if they allow you to come in and out of the country with the documents that you speak of, which I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, if I call them and say the Amexem Moor Corporation is allowed to travel out,
that's where you're messing up. Amexem Moor is not a corporation. Is not a business.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
It's a separate. See, this is the difference. This is the problem that we're having, is that you think that the United States is a nation. It's not a nation. Remember, we as Africans, we use Africans for right now. We use kings and queens as how we rule. We never use corporations.
Okay.
There's a difference between having a president. Hold on.
Go ahead.
There's a difference between having a president and having an organic nation as far as the king and the queen. Now, you can even fathom who would have more power, a corporation or a king and queen, even if it's a part of a piece of land. The king and queen would have more power than the corporation, because the corporation is just a business.
Noboyasa, like that buffer for traveling, who gave it to you?
It's the U.S. corporation, just like it says on the back of the Social Security card. This is property of the Social Security office and all. That's all their stuff.
All right.
Okay,
so if the brother calls and asks, is there any such thing as a buffer for traveling? Then they should confirm that. Then
I can't say what they will and what they won't tell you.
All right.
This is a war on African folks, so I don't know what they will let you know, what they won't let you know.
And if for example myself or somebody that lives in America wants to be able to travel to another country without a passport, what do they need to do in order to get a traveling buffer?
They would have to create the best way to protect yourself. What we do is we protect ourselves with using trust and agents. You would hire agents and different agents, and when I say agents, it might not be a physical agent because, like I said, all of that stuff is paperwork. You can create an artificial agent that can do business on your behalf. And when they do business on your behalf, then you'll be able to do the things you would need to do unencumberedly, which would mean you create other corporations to do business on your behalf.
Okay, so that buffer that you use to travel, do you still have it in your possession?
Yes.
Can you show it to us?
Yes. How would I be able to do that? What way would you want me to do that?
Like you can upload it on Zshare, for example, and then put it in the chat, for example. Put the link in the chat.
What's the name of it?
Like you put Zshare, like the letter Z. Yeah, and then share. And Zshare.net. Is it no longer online?
Okay.
Hold on, Zshare. Or maybe it's no longer online. Hold on, Zshare.com. All right, it's no longer online. Okay. I'm going to look for another website. File upload. Okay, file dropper. File, just like it says, FILEDROPPER.com.
File dropper. I'll look at that and see how I can upload it. But I think the confusion is you folks think that the United States is a natural person situation. It's really an artificial, which means paper. So everything's done by paper. And if you look at the Slavery Free Moors Act, has anybody seen that before?
No. But can you upload that file so we have a look?
The Sunday Free Moor
I
file?
just want you to
the buffer. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on a second.
I'm here. I'm just waiting for him to upload that buffer.
Yeah, I want to have a look at it.
I mean, there's not. I mean, the way it looks like a passport. It's the same thing as a passport, but it's not. The name on there is different.
Yeah, but if you don't mind, if you can upload it so we can have a look, cause like I never heard of that before, so.
I said again, just that Tyrese Washington, it has links on there you can just read and get a better understanding.
I'm on his page,
I'll
but
yeah,
I mean we're waiting,
So
Like will you be able to do that right now?
No, not right now.
Oh, why?
Because it's telling me to make a profile.
Because all you need to do is just click on upload file, and then you can select whatever file you want.
But I have to make a profile.
No, you don't.
It's asking me for a username and password.
No, maybe you're on the wrong side. It's file dropper, because when you upload the file, and then immediately after it gives you a link, and then you can share the link, and everybody can download the file with the link or view the file.
It's telling me. I'm looking at it right now. It's telling me I have to.
What's it called, Shaka? Z-Share?
No, it's file dropper. Z-Share is no longer online. Are you in the chat?
Log in.
Rohan, are you in the
sign
chat?
Up, so I won't be able to do that
right
right
now.
now.
I see it, file dropper. I see it, African Truth. I see it.
Yeah, and brother Noboyasa, can you see the chat?
No, I cannot see the chat.
Well, to believe you, I have
to
see
you
that.
You don't have to take my word for it. It's all right. I understand that you would have to see it for yourself, and it's not something that. And I know you have to see it for yourself.
Because I've looked online.
This time I won't be able to upload it. So.
Yeah, I've looked online. I didn't see anything about the no traveling buffer and
Like I said, the conceptions of the words and terms that you're using, what you're thinking in your mind is the buffer. It's just like you're black. Like I said, artificial persons and natural person. There's a difference between those two, and the middle lining is a buffer. So, I mean,
here's where I stand so far that we've been building, brother. Out of respect for you, because you've been very respectful, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're speaking the truth. All I want to do is see the document that you traveled on. The document that you traveled on, and they allowed you to go back and forth within the United States, they must have stamped it. That I'm positive of. If they allowed you to travel, that's a record. So essentially, all I want to see is, if you don't mind, is that buffer document that you're talking about. It's
not like I'm saying. We call it a buffer. It is a U.S. document as far as U.S. passport or whatever they use is there, but we call it in our nation, we call that a buffer.
Okay, no problem. Whatever you call it.
But
that's the only thing, because you're thinking that it's a different document that's called buffer that does something, and I'm not saying that.
No problem. Okay. Can we see the buffer?
But the thing is that you call it a buffer. We understand that.
Right.
How does the U.S. government call this document? How is it called? If I want to see it,
it's a passport.
Is that Noboyasa who just said that?
Yeah, I just told you, yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's what I told you. It's a
Look,
passport, but it's not in the appellation that I'm giving you, Noble Yasser. I don't have one in Noble Yasser's name, appellation.
So what
I'm
name
telling
is on
you,
there?
I tell you, I use an artificial name. I create an artificial name.
All right. So okay, it's a passport. Now, in the nationality field, what does it say?
It just says legal entity.
Legal entity?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well. I'm waiting to see that document, I'm saying we on here every day, 5 p.m. I'm saying whenever you can get that document, I'm saying.
No, well, it's no problem. But I thank you for your time, though. So, I mean, if you have any more questions, I'll be
Hey, one last question, brother. I'm sorry, because I was looking for your YouTube channel. Can you spell your Amexem Moor thing for me one more time? I was trying to Google your YouTube thing. I didn't find
all
it.
right. Amexem Moor and Empire, Empire.
All right. I'm about to check you guys. No results. I'm Amexem Moor. That's one word, right? Amexem Moor, right?
Type it like this: Amexem space Moor space Empire.
I'm sorry. I had L. It's Amexem Moor, right? Empire. Right?
Yeah, Amexem Moor Empire.
Okay. Okay. All right, brother. I got you now. I got you now. I got it. It says Moor's going. Let's see different. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones, but if it says Amexem Moor Empire on there, then that's.
Okay. All right, bro.
But brother, what I find strange is that all this time, you could have said from the get-go that this document is a passport, but you kept saying you didn't.
No, I said that.
Well,
I told you it's a passport, but we call it a buffer, and you said, "Oh, I've never heard of this buffer."
No, because
I said, that's what we call it.
Initially, I asked if you travel outside of the United States without a passport. You told me yes, and I asked you what document you use, and you said a buffer. So that's how the conversation went. But well,
I just want to see the buffer, bro. The buffer, the passport, the legal. I just want to see it. That's all I'm asking for.
All right, we'll do.
You said Shaka said I'm on here for the summer. I'll be here tomorrow for sure. I'll be here tomorrow for sure, man. Because I've seen these from my experience. From my experience in dealing with the other Moor groups, I haven't actually dealt with them personally, so that's why I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. From my experience of what I've seen on YouTube, usually when you ask them to provide evidence, they can't produce it. You understand what I'm saying? So right, I'm going to give your group the benefit of the doubt. So if you're here tomorrow to show up with that buffer, then that's it. No problem. Because I've seen where they've said that, hey, you get arrested and you have to be with the police, they're not a part of the government or whatever it is they usually say, and these people are going to jail. So I just don't understand.
Right.
I've seen where, I don't know if you know who, what's that guy's name, Shaka, who was selling to do with DVDs? Sabir Bey?
Sabir Bey.
Sabir Bey. I remember watching something on him on YouTube when he was talking to Pilar Sanders. Pilar Sanders is basically the ex-wife of Deion Sanders. And then she started claiming that she was a Moor. And so she didn't have to pay or leave the house or something like that. And her ass went to jail. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of times, a lot of things that happen with them is their language. I mean, Moorish and American, there's a lot of stuff that goes in with it.
Yeah, let me give you a next one. Like, you had these two dudes that were in Detroit. They were selling, like, drugs. They came in with their Moorish hat. and claim their own empire or whatever. And then they realize the judge was going guilty. They cut off their aggravations and they have been missing.
Yeah, they got them boys.
So
there's a lot to do with their language, and they're not trained in protocols and procedures with a lot of those things. So
all I'm saying is, brother, so far all I've heard is a lot of talk. I haven't seen anything. And every time you ask for concrete evidence, they go missing. So, you know, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying a document doesn't exist. I just want to see it, bro. That's all. That's a legal. Will you be here tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to do. I've been on your website. That's I just noticed that you had a new. I don't know if it's a blog talk website, and it has a lot of those on there. So I'll be following y'all.
I mean, you can post it.
So I'm gonna get y'all a little something and show y'all.
Yeah, man, you can post it wherever you want to feel like posting it on Shaka's thing.
Obviously, you know, we're not asking you to show the names and stuff like that, you know, because it's like personal things, you know. But right. You know, I would like to see legal entity in the nationality field, like, you know, and because I understand obviously.
That's what he said in his nationality field.
He said that he said legal entity. So, you know.
I might have to retract that statement, that legal entity on there.
All right. So what does he say in the national?
But I will show you what it says. I'm gonna retract that one. I'm not gonna be ashamed to not retract it, but.
All right. Okay.
But I'll show you my the buffer.
But okay. So if he doesn't say legal entity, what does he say then?
I don't know. I have to go get it and see. I haven't used it in a while.
All right. It doesn't say United States of America.
No, it can't
say that. It says U.S. It says U.S. on there.
Okay. All right.
Man.
Okay. But
again,
brother, what did you say that it says legal entity and now you're retracting it?
Yeah, I'm not laughing at you, but I just find it funny, man.
Why did you say that in the nationality field of your what you call a buffer that everybody calls a passport? Why did you say that it says legal entity, but now you're retracting it?
Because I thought you said, what is it? And I said, it's a legal entity. I'm going to cut you off. So that's why I was saying when you said it the second time, I said I'm going to retract that statement because I'm not going to say it is a legal entity in there. It's going to say U.S. or whatever, U.S. citizen or whatnot. Because like I said, a corporation don't have nationalities. But I understand the confusion here because y'all don't understand the way things are working with it. It's a corporation. Corporations don't have nationalities.
I mean, you know, at this
can't
point,
have a nationality.
Because at this point, I don't even need to see the passport anymore because, from what I understand, it's just a normal passport, and I'm pretty sure it says United States of America because that's what it says for most part for people who have that nationality. But indeed, I'm not familiar with all these legal terms and stuff like that. You know, I find it very confusing. But we kind of got to the bottom of it, and my point was just that, you know, if somebody claims to be that his nationality is Amexem Moor Empire, then that's what he should say on the passport, you know, because if somebody claims to have a French nationality on the passport nationality field, he would say French, as simple as that.
Well, you're right, but like again, artificial persons and artificial entities creating a document for you is different than a sovereign governing head providing you with documentation from their nation. It's two different things. Like we were saying in the beginning, the nation was supposed to provide you with your passport, but I was telling you that because our numbers are not that high, we refrain from doing so. So we use buffers to facilitate our business in the foreign jurisdiction in question.
So basically, all right. So basically, what you're saying is that you guys are sovereign, but you're just not issuing your own passports because there's not enough of you.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this question. Let's deal with business terms, because now you won't let me pull out the degree on it. Okay, how many members are in your corporation?
It's not a corporation. It's a nation. A nation, our collection of souls connect, because we have different terminology. Our collection of souls.
No, all right. Let me rephrase my question. Let me state my question clearly. What is, in your definition, what is a corporation? Because you said you're a corporation, right?
We're not a corporation.
What are you?
We're not a corporation. Exactly? An organic government.
So how many people there are in your organic government?
Organic government, yeah.
We have some abroad overseas. We have some down here on Amexem, and I wouldn't, because different folks, different parts of our nation have different people keep on coming in. So I would say maybe up to 200 to 300.
So you have an organic government, right?
Yes.
That's what you are.
Like I said, the videos are there. Our emperor's on YouTube, and you can watch him where folks ask him questions. And on Thursday, you can call in and you can ask questions. And I'll provide the number for you.
No problem.
So
no.
actually, so the emperor is Tyrese Washington, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, so who's the emperor?
Anu El Bey.
Hold on. Can you spell that for me?
A-N.
Yes.
Dash.
Yes.
Anu. A-N-U.
Yes.
L-E-L.
Yes. And then Bay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you had a question, Rohan?
Yeah, I have another question, brother. Because now I'm starting to think you're not serious, brother. Without trying to be insulting. Okay, can you define for me what an organic government is?
Organic government is a collection of living, breathing folks collectively who have.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A collection of breathing folks who have collectively decided on who they are, what they are, how they should proceed, and have chosen a leader for themselves, organically, living, breathing. An inorganic nation is papers, pieces of papers with mission statements on it, trust funds, trusts. Anything that's a piece of paper. Well, go ahead.
So this term, organic government, because since you're Moor, you guys deal with law and legal paperwork. Is there anywhere I can go and find what organic government means, independent of what you're saying, or is it only your group that knows the meaning of organic government? Since you're dealing with legal terms and it's publicly known, if I Google organic government right now, is there a definition there for me?
It could be. Organic government is a compound word of two words. So it may be on there, it might not be on there.
No, but that's a legal term, is it?
That's a legal term. You're telling me it's an organic government.
Government is a legal term in itself, and organic is a legal term in itself.
No.
But are you talking about going into the book? You talking about going into the book and looking up organic government?
Yes.
The whole word, organic government.
I asked you. Remember, I asked you, brother. I said, you're a corporation. And you say you're not a corporation. You're an organic government. So I said, okay.
Right.
You have an organic government. If I Google organic government, I'm supposed to be able to find a definition for organic government. I'm asking you a very simple and basic question. if I try to Google organic government, what's going to pop up? Because this is a legal term.
Are you able to Google it right now?
I am. I am.
If you could see for yourself. They have
There
organic law. They have organic
there-
law, but I don't know about organic government.
But you know, brother Noboyasa, actually, when I put the name that you told me, it's the same person. It is on Facebook. His name is Tyrese Washington, the Anu El Bay. But out of curiosity, like your group, because it's not well known, well, it's not as known as other groups. But do you have anything to do with the Moorish Science Temple of America?
No, we do not.
All right. And what do you think personally about the MSTA?
I mean, I think they're just really stuck in the past and refuse to evolve. And with the time, you have to evolve their knowledge and evolve concepts and evolve what you were doing. And it seems like they don't want to evolve; they just want to stay where they're at. We already know in nature, things that don't evolve usually go extinct.
Mm. So. And does the Amexem Moor Empire follow the teaching of Noble Drew Ali?
Yes, we do. We do follow some of his teachings and his guidelines, and we follow a lot of other folks. But yes, we do.
All right. And this nation or organization, like, is it for black people only? And I think you know what I mean by black people, melanated or
right, carbon proficient. Yeah. Yes, the organic government is only for black people.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I didn't know about this particular. I knew about the Tyrese Washington because there's a lot of posts on Facebook. But me personally, whenever I hear more, I always think about the Moorish Science Temple of America and them teaching black means death according to science, and the Nile was man-made and all this stuff that Drew Ali taught and stuff like that. But if you guys, if you guys have love for Africa, you know what I'm saying.
Listen, I think that I don't have a problem with the brother having this faith or his belief system or even the organization. But there are certain things that I know are not possible. The passport thing is not possible. I know you can't produce that, brother. I know you cannot. I know you cannot. I'm just going to put it out there right now. I know you cannot produce that passport. I'm 100% positive that you can't produce a passport with a Amexem Moor on it, or maybe he doesn't have a Amexem Moor. If you can do that, I'm willing to give you $500.
Oh no, we don't encumber. See, a lot of things we don't encumber ourselves with that mess. We don't put any of our stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of learning that we have to do in order to do the things that we do, and a lot of misconceptions are out there because a lot of folks haven't.
I understand. My issue is I've seen Shaka, I've seen Ankh, I've seen a bunch of people deal with the Moors, even in the debates that they've had on YouTube on Starnetter's Couch, and the Moors have yet to win one debate for the very reason. Whenever they're asked to produce anything, they cannot produce it. I'm trying to. You saw, I think, what's his name? If I'm mistaken, Ali Muhammad had one of the same problems when he's supposed to have a debate in Canada, and all of a sudden he couldn't travel because they had no passport. Oh, I don't know what the issue was, but something to do with passport or some crap. Because everyone is saying they can produce these documents that will let them travel outside of the country, and I've yet to see one. So this document that you've said, because we've asked you've said that you've been able to travel outside of out of the boundary of the United States with this document that your organization is able to get. I need to see. The public, we need to see it.
No, but
As again,
brother Rohan,
right.
the thing is that the brother, he did say in the beginning he was a buffer, but so far it's like what they call a buffer is actually a U.S. passport, and he's not claiming that it says Amexem Moor or Moorish Empire. He first apparently was a misunderstanding with legal entity, but he said he has to check. But I'm pretty confident he would say United States of America. Because that's what he usually says, So
wait. So
see, a lot of concepts. See, a lot of people think, and again, there's a lot of deep understanding of how these things work. I mean, the corporations again are just corporations. They're only going to label you black. They can only label you black or whatever other IMF contract that they have with each other.
Yeah,
so I understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is this, brother, is that let me explain something to you.
No, I know what you're going to say. It's not going to say Amexem Moor Empire on there because we're not going to. We're not going to contract with them.
I'm just giving you, just a very brief about me. I wouldn't say I'm the most intelligent person in the world, but I have enough common sense, and I know 1 + 1 is 2. If you say to me, you're not a corporation, because you were referring to before, since we've been talking, you referring to your organization, your group as a corporation. Maybe I misunderstood.
No, they're not a corporation. They said they are an organic government.
Okay, and when I asked him that, because once he went technical, then I'm going to use my business terms. So that's what I do in school. Then he said he's an organic government. So I was like, okay, let me Google what an organic government is. And it's nowhere in Google. So he's leaving me no choice. You understand what I'm saying? All I can see is, okay, this Amexem Moor YouTube videos. Do you guys don't have a website to say
no,
who
have no website.
You have no website. So you have no. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, brother. You know what I'm saying? I really am.
Because a lot of folks don't understand. Again, you don't understand. The internet is it's we do for ourselves, and we know how to work in this corporate construct. So a lot of things you might not see is because we don't put forth. But what we do is we do have what you can see, which is on Facebook, which is on social media and on YouTube. And all you have to do is just, do your investigation. Okay. If you think that I'm full of shit, then I'm full of shit to you.
Okay.
Everything go on.
I would like to say this briefly, brother Noble Yasa, is that really, people will get the download, and we spent so much time about the buffer. We thought it was a different document, and it really sounded like you were just claiming something, trying to make us think it was something, when really it wasn't. Even though you say it was a misunderstanding when I asked what does it say, that it says legal entity, but as the whole conversation went, it did seem like you clearly understood the question, but still we can give you the benefit of the doubt. But the legal matters, it's already complicated enough, but just us asking you some simple question about this traveling document, and we took like about an hour to realize,
right.
To establish that it's just simply a passport, And that was.
That's what I said. I told y'all that though. I told you that we called it and you said again. You said the thing that you call a buffer. I said yes. Mm-hmm. It's a U.S. passport, but we call it a buffer because our dialogue and our discourse.
No, brother, you didn't say that.
Brother.
Brother. I apologize.
The thing is that I will eventually listen to the download, but I'm pretty sure because I remember that part. You said, well, it's like a passport, but then you said something else, like it has some differences. I cannot remember exactly the words you said.
I apologize.
Yeah. But it's so good. There's gonna be the show's gonna end anyway, so I invite